what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel once again. We got all kinds of crazy stuff going on today. And there we go. I am joined by a very, very special guest, a long-time viewer. You should know who he is. You've probably never seen his face, and thank God for that, because he kind of looks like a younger version of the Shermanator from American Pie, even though he doesn't have red hair. It's the one, the only, the mega fan, Tony. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm alive, brother. How are you? It's like 5:30 in the morning there.
Stunt your got growth. Man, glad I got to be a part of it.
A part of me or a part of the show? Because a part of me sounds creepy and you're going to get me arrested. Don't say a part of me.
The show.
Yeah, I don't want you a part of me. I mean, at least not for 5 more years, pal.
I'm glad I made a Skype so I can finally do this.
I know, right? Technology is amazing. Doesn't it kind of blow your little mind that you're talking to a dude in Germany right now?
Basically, yeah.
And a 6-hour time difference. It's incredible.
Oh, God, yeah.
So look, man, this has been a crazy week in wrestling, so I figure we talk about that for a few minutes. What have you thought? I really haven't been able to get your opinion over on Joe Cronin's show because, mainly because Joe Cronin may be going insane. We don't know. Maybe he has a brain parasite. We have no idea because I don't know. He's not telling me much. So, what's going on? What do you think? What do you think about everything that's happened this week? Start from the Rumble and work your way forward.
Well, obviously about Roman Reigns thing. I hope to God if they're booking this right, maybe Roman Reigns versus Brock won't be as bad as we think it will be. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to preach all week, and I've caught a lot of hell over it, but.
Oh yeah, but we got to see. I wonder what Triple H. I mean, this is probably one of the only times I'm actually interested what Triple H is going to say on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, I'm almost 100% sure I already know, and it's going to piss Joe Cronin off.
What do you think it's going to be?
It's the Axel thing. It's got to be. I watched his little interview. It's one of two things. I watched the interview with Michael Cole that he did, and he was like, everybody saw what happened. It cannot stand. All this, the way he kept saying it's either Curtis Axel not being in the Rumble, but if he addresses that, he's got. I went back and there's at least 4 or 5 other times something like that's happened in the Rumble in the past, so it would have to be addressed for every time. So I don't know if he's going to do that, but probably. And the other thing would obviously be The Rock. I don't think it's going to be Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, but it's either going to be The Rock or Curtis Axel. And I don't know what he would do with your situation if that's what he brings it up.
To be honest with you, I thought the Curtis Axel thing was too fucking goofy.
It would be so funny, though. It would be so funny. I mean, I know it's a troll job. I know that it would be a fuck you to fans. But my God, would it be funny.
His tweets on after the Royal Rumble were just so funny. Like, I want Roman Reigns at WrestleMania against Brock or whatever. Like, he was just making jokes on Twitter. It was funny.
Yep.
But now, I hope to God that's not what Triple H is going to be addressing.
Oh, I don't think it'll be what people want him to, and that's the outrage that Daniel Bryan's not in there. And I have a new take on this Daniel Bryan thing, by the way. I was talking about it with, somebody, and it was quite crazy. I'm sitting there, and it was Tommy C, I think. It was Tommy C. I was talking to him on the phone.
Oh, God.
And, he lives a half hour away from me. I talk to him every day.
I know that.
And I go, you know what? I'm starting to think this Daniel Bryan thing happened for a different reason. You remember at the end of the Rumble, Big Show and Kane, and this is why a lot of people were so pissed off, just started decimating everybody and throwing everyone out so Reigns could look stronger when he threw them out.
Yep.
What if Bryan got eliminated earlier in the Rumble in such a bullshit fashion to save him from that? I mean, can you imagine the outrage that would have happened if Bryan would have been part of that massacre? If they would have eliminated him in that fashion? They may have had a full-scale actual riot. So instead...
Almost did.
Yeah, so instead they protect him from that and have him go out in another way and maybe build a storyline off of that. I still think it sucks. Don't get me wrong. I still think it was the wrong move because I think they could have booked the entire thing differently. And it's still not had Bryan won, mind you. But it was just another way of looking at it. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it was ridiculous to me. I'm still regretting it. I mean, like you said before on the Royal Rumble review about you wouldn't want to see Daniel Bryan versus Brock because I get it. He can get hurt probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that Seth Rollins landed on that German suplex.
Ooh, yeah, that scared
me.
Was,
but the Phoenix Splash, that was amazing.
One of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
That was
really
he
was.
also acknowledged it on the ghetto Raw, I like to call it.
Which I loved, by the way. I loved that Raw. I don't know why. I was so
It was
entertained.
weird. I know. I was
I'm
surprised
so
of the
entertained
outcome
by
of it.
that.
Some said the standoff with Roman and Brock was awesome, but to be honest with you, I just at the time I was still mad. It
Oh, it
was only
didn't do
one
it
night
for
from the
you.
Rumble, so
See,
I
yeah,
was
it got me. It did it for me. I loved it. I loved the whole standoff. But yeah, that Phoenix Splash, which I think we'll see more often when he goes face. I think he just showed everybody what his finisher will be when he goes face. Because
you
when
don't
he
like the curb.
what's that?
You don't like the curb stomp?
I love the curb stomp, but that's not a face move.
Oh yeah, it's not no.
Yeah, he's not going to be doing the curb stomp to people when he's trying to sell major merchandise. No, that Phoenix Splash, though, that will sell some merchandise. I do hope he changes the name because I would love somebody to go, hey, you got to listen to this fat guy. He named your move. It's the Ark of God. You've got to call it the Ark of God because it's amazing.
I heard you say that. I was just thinking that. I remember you saying you called it the Ark of God at the
I think
review.
that's the coolest name in the history of anything.
That's a good name.
I think so.
Architect, the Ark of God makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't even use. Oh my God, you're so much smarter than I am because I didn't even make that connection. I didn't even
I have good
make
memory,
that. That's
man.
brilliant. That's a great connection. Good job, Tony. See, there's a
That's-
reason. I'm so glad I brought you on here.
Hey, I'm glad. Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm glad I finally got to be on, man.
Oh no, it's no problem, man. This is what this channel is about, man. I can't go live. I can't take callers. So people who aren't completely insane, I will have on, and this is a lot.
I
of
look
fun.
insane, but
You look insane.
Oh Jesus!
But he's also so adorable. You just kind of like my
shut-
wife has been trying to pinch the cheeks on the screen for the entire time. She's like, "Oh, look at that punum! Oh, so cute." So,
that's what I need.
what did you think of SmackDown? Let's fast forward. We already talked a little bit about Raw. So, what did you think of the live SmackDown?
I was already pissed that it got canceled in Boston because of the damn blizzard.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, even if they had it in Boston, I would not even missed much.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't that disappointed out of the outcome. I mean, the casket match was, good. But
It
did you
was
see
okay,
the
yeah.
way Kane shuffled in the casket?
Yeah, that was weird. Why wouldn't they just get a bigger casket? Because it did seem like it was too small for his ass. Did they use a small casket because they were trying to sell the fact that Bryan was going to lose? I mean,
No, it wasn't that obvious to me. I didn't notice the size of the casket. I just
you noticed
focused
it when
on the match.
Kane had to shuffle his ass in there to fit properly. Everybody noticed that. That was horrible.
That was funny. That
Are
was
you
stupid.
noticing how Daniel Bryan's working?
Wait, he's landed like you said. I've noticed what you're noticing. He's definitely landing different ways once in a while, but
Yeah.
I don't find it like in a bad way. I know he's trying to be a little extra safe because of the neck. Because as you can tell in a lot of his matches, he's holding his neck.
Yeah, but he's doing that less and less, though. He's starting to sell it less, but yet he's still working differently. He doesn't seem like the same Daniel Bryan right now to me than he did a year ago. Now, I don't know if that's because he's more hurt than he's letting on, or if he's trying to sell, or if he's just being really careful because he's trying to extend his career. I don't know what it is, but... And I do want to make this clarification. I have never had a problem with the idea of Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar if Bryan was healthy. I'm not one of these guys who thinks that Bryan can't beat him because of the size differential.
Of course, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But from a standpoint of just pure business sense and just goddamn just being a human being and being worried for somebody, I just don't want to see it. And I kind of understand it from the WWE standpoint. You can't give a guy a main event spot like that and potentially another title run when he just had to drop the title and then had surgery for the same thing that still might be bothering him. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is, and it sucks. And, but...
I would love to see Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins.
I would love to see that, too, but it looks like we're probably going to get Daniel Bryan and Ziggler. It looks like it could be opening the
Sheamus,
show, too.
Or Sheamus. Even worse, Sheamus.
Well, they're starting to go away from that, apparently. It was going to be heel Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, and I did not want to see that match.
They already happened twice at WrestleMania.
I know.
Once in the United States, and then Daniel
the
Bryan.
18-second disaster, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
That was stupid. I was just so angry.
But you know what? It did start the rise of Daniel Bryan. That match did start the rise of who Daniel Bryan is now.
Yep.
So I mean, for good or bad, I mean, we at least got that out of it. So that was pretty decent.
I think I wasn't focused on that. I was just focused on Sheamus
Yeah,
holding that world title.
yeah, yeah. I don't blame you.
Ugh.
But here's the thing: if it's him and Ziggler kicking off WrestleMania from a wrestling standpoint, that's a hell of a way to kick it off.
Mm.
But from any other standpoint, people are going to be like, well, now we don't give Brian in any other capacity. I think people's got to start letting that go a little bit, don't you? I mean,
Yeah, I'm already forgetting about it a little bit. I mean,
I
hell,
think a
he had
lot of
his
people
moment.
are. I think a lot of people are.
Some people say he had his moment at SummerSlam. Like Jesse, I think he saw in the Royal Rumble review, like he already got his spot at SummerSlam. I'm like, yeah, but you have to go on a. I was thinking to myself when he said that. Yeah, you have to go on a big run though. You can't just have your big moment and get cashed in.
Yeah,
No, you have to go on that reign for a couple months. He
sure.
only got defended at Extreme Rules, and then he got injured.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And you know, he did headline WrestleMania last year, and it was a great success. It was
Because
awesome.
the
Yeah,
fans were loud
but
enough.
they're not going to do that again. They're not
Oh,
going to, and they shouldn't. They should not bow to us fickle assholes yet again because we never know what we actually want, you know. And they shouldn't have to bow to us yet again. However, just because he's not going to be in the main event at WrestleMania doesn't mean he's never going to be in the title hunt again.
oh no.
Because when Lesnar leaves, Roman
Yeah.
Reigns is going to need people to fight for the title against. Daniel
I'm
Bryan, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Rusev.
Can't wait to see Dean Ambrose.
Oh my God! I mean, that should make you just so. I mean, I'm hard right now thinking about it. I mean, I'm like freaking out. It's an exciting thing because these are some guys who could just straight out go, and not to mention if they absolutely need to. I almost get to throw up as I say this. Roman Reigns and John Cena. But you know, there's a lot of ways they can go, and and that's not even including the guys down in NXT when they come up.
Oh
So
God, I'm actually afraid. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm afraid for them to come up. I really am. I
okay,
mean,
this is a Joe Cronin argument. I want you to go ahead and tell me why, because I'm going to destroy you here.
oh Jesus. But I love everybody in NXT right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing great. But look what they did the Ascension. They made them into just regular guys wearing black, perfectly heel in
Mm-hmm.
NXT, and putting on them fucking makeup
Mm-hmm.
and the Illuminati, all that shit.
That doesn't bug me, and I'll tell you why that doesn't bother me. Especially with the Ascension, they need a new dominant tag team. And I understand they could have just brought them up and had them do they are basically the same gimmick they had down there. They're just turned up a little bit, but they're trying to build them in a quick manner and it's believable. So you have them come in as a heel monster tag team and just destroy people, destroy legends, destroy jobbers, and now they're starting to go through the tag team division, beating Golden Stardust.
Hey, I would like to mention. You think this is going to be the breakup of Golden Stardust?
I do, man.
Oh my God! Did you see what Stardust did? I mean, he tagged himself in and lost the match.
He did.
I would love to see either Cody Rhodes against Goldust or Stardust against Goldust. What would you rather have?
I'd like be just for the continuity of the storyline. I want to see Gold versus Stardust.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
I think
here's the interesting thing. They did the backstage segment. I don't know if you watched it, but Goldust actually confronted Stardust and be like, "Get your head on straight." I don't know who's going to be the heel of this. I assume it's going to be Stardust,
Stardust.
but it probably should be Goldust. Goldust should probably be the heel, if for no other reason than we've had heel Cody Rhodes before and it didn't work.
Didn't work with the mustache. That didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Now maybe heel Stardust if they keep him Stardust even after Goldust leaves. Maybe that would work. I don't know.
But what would Goldust do? I mean, sorry, Stardust too. After Goldust is gone, I mean that Goldust is the whole point why Stardust became Stardust.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
as a face, there's things Stardust could do. I think there's plenty of things Stardust could do.
We'll go for like US.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is a great worker. I mean, he can.
They'll give him shit and he'll go with it, like Santino.
Yeah.
Like they gave Santino shit, he went right with it.
Damian
So-
Sandow. Jeez, I mean.
oh my God. God knows how much shit he had to go through to get where he is now.
I know, it's crazy. But back to the NXT question.
Oh
The
yeah.
Ascension, I think that they're building to something bigger, and they're going to give them the tag team titles at WrestleMania and try to rebuild the tag team division that way. I understand the concern for some of these guys coming up that, and Joe Cronin's point of view is they're never going to let them work the way they've worked in the past. Well, that's just not true, though. I mean, look at Seth Rollins is a prime example of why that's bullshit. Seth Rollins, he has not had any limitations since he's been called up. And people forget about all the matches that he's had when they were the Shield. I mean, this dude was diving off of different parts of the arena. He was doing all of these crazy moves. He's never been limited. Same thing with Dean Ambrose in a lot of ways. Look at Dean Ambrose. He's not limited. In fact, in the ring, he's been doing more and more crazy shit every single week. It seems like he's opening up more and more. Rusev.
Yeah, thank God he's out of that Bray Wyatt feud. Oh, my God.
Bray Wyatt, another guy. Bray Wyatt hasn't been limited. They've just mismanaged him as far as booking.
Oh, yeah, where the hell are they going to go with him now?
Yeah, well, Undertaker. They made it so obvious.
I mean, Jesse, when he said, like, he didn't mind Daniel Bryan getting eliminated, even though I get it because his point of view was different than mine, I was still pissed about Daniel Bryan. I didn't think about Bray Wyatt winning, but now looking at it, I actually could have thought what Jesse would have thought. Like, Bray Wyatt bumping into Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan gets eliminated, they'll go with Bray. But no.
No, they made it painfully obvious now. That promo that Bray Wyatt did on SmackDown, they put that line in there to let everybody know that it's The Undertaker. He goes, "I don't fear any man alive or dead."
I didn't hear that part, so yep, it's pretty obvious now.
That's the most on-the-nose thing the WWE has ever done. It's so
How are they going to introduce him? How are they going to introduce him? He's just going to do a promo in the ring, then the lights will go out completely?
Yeah, I think it'll be Fastlane. I think Bray Wyatt is going to destroy somebody at Fastlane. You know what? Here's a possibility. Since he said he's not afraid of somebody, and fear is somebody's kind of shtick already, Kane doesn't have a feud now. The Bryan feud is over. So what if they build something between Kane and Wyatt going into Fastlane, and Wyatt I know they've done the Kane feud before with Wyatt. In fact, it was Wyatt's first feud.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was worried about Kane can't really wrestle anymore.
He doesn't need to for this. See, that's the thing. He doesn't need to. He just needs to get destroyed. And let's just say Bray just absolutely destroys him and decimates him in the ring.
I don't think they will let him, but that would be actually good to put him over.
He's cutting a promo. After he's beaten Kane, and he just keeps going off, and he's saying, "There's nothing you or anybody else could do," and he's going to give him another Sister Abigail like on concrete or something, and then the lights go out, and The Undertaker saves his brother. That's a perfect way to introduce The Undertaker. Reintroduce him.
Like behind him, like on the outside or like in the ring or something.
Yeah, the lights go out and then The Undertaker shows up and saves Kane.
But here's the trick question. Who's going to win at WrestleMania?
See, that's a tough one. You'd have to think it has to be Bray Wyatt. But I've been taking the road that what does that win do for Bray at this point? Undertaker coming off that loss, I don't know how much of a rub that's going to give Bray Wyatt.
They'll go put him over, but what about The Undertaker? You can't have him go 21-2 at WrestleMania.
No, well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter how many times he loses now.
Oh, yeah.
He's already got that loss.
Bray Wyatt can come in and beat him, but it would be a good match. I think it would be a good match.
I don't know if it will be. I'm really worried at this point how much The Undertaker has. The only guys that I don't even know if I want to see The Undertaker wrestle again at this point. I mean, that Brock Lesnar match was so just, from a wrestling standpoint, it was just so horrible. And I understand that he got hurt early in the match. I get that. But if you look back the last few years, too, it wasn't much better. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's been getting in shape all year, and maybe he's ready to go. Who knows?
Didn't he have that random match with Dean Ambrose on a SmackDown once?
Yeah, he did.
It was like a random match. It was like out of nowhere, like no one expected.
And then the Shield put him through a table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right.
That was weird to me because, like, out of nowhere, they just brought back The Undertaker.
So
for that one match.
Yeah, well, sometimes they'll do that stuff. I don't know. It's weird. But now he's like 48, 49, and I don't know. He doesn't got much left. One more question, then I want to tell a story, and then I'll get you out of here. Triple H and Sting. What do you think about that match? I know that you weren't alive for the whole Sting revolution in WCW and everything.
But I went back and watched, obviously.
Obviously, because you are a true wrestling fan. I will give you that. I appreciate it. That's why I like you, Tony, because you do go back and watch all that stuff, and that's awesome because a lot of people don't. What do you think of Sting Triple H at WrestleMania?
Good match.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, now they're gonna tease, but I'm confused now because now they're gonna tease freaking The Rock and Triple H, and now, I mean, I think it's most likely. I think that was just a tease. I think it's just gonna be Sting and Triple H.
Yeah, I do too. Now it's possible this announcement on Monday does have something to do with The Rock. If The Rock, oh, you know what? Maybe The Rock's going to be the special guest referee for this match.
Oh Jesus, no, no, God damn it, no.
I mean, that's a WWE move. It really is. I mean, Vince can introduce him as the special guest referee. Hell, they do it with Austin every now and then. Austin could be another candidate. Remember, this Monday night, right after Raw, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be interviewing Triple H. I'll write it live on the network.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that. I'll watch the show, the review show first. I'll call in, and then once the show's over, I'm gonna go watch the podcast.
Yeah, it'll be. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be incredible.
Hey, I have one more question.
Oh, go ahead, man. Shoot.
Get up here. What do you think about Bubba?
Well, I loved his spot at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I thought it was an awesome spot. I think it was a shame they couldn't get Devon because
Devon probably said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I didn't get that because I feel that could have been something if they would have both showed up in the Rumble and then
They mentioned him too.
Yeah,
Commentary mentioned Devon too.
They did. I was hoping that he would show up and then eventually they would be the guys that really helped the Ascension get over. Because that made sense to me. They just beat the New Age Outlaws. Why not have the Dudleys versus the Ascension at Fastlane?
And put the Ascension over.
Yeah, think about all the momentum the Ascension would have going into WrestleMania. They just beat two of the greatest tag teams in the history of wrestling. And the Dudley Boys, who actually are the greatest tag team in the history of wrestling. Of course. And New Age Outlaws, who's one of the top
tag team champions, right?
What's that?
They have like 20-something tag team champions.
I think more than that. Like when I put them in the when I did the countdown of greatest tag teams of all time, I think it was something ridiculous, like 30 or something.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous. I mean, they started out as a jobber team, and they weren't supposed to be anything bigger than that.
They've held every major tag team title in wrestling.
And Japan too, New Japan.
In all of wrestling, all around the world, they've held them all. They're the only tag team to ever do it. The Road Warriors held every tag team title available to them at the time before Hawk died, but the Dudleys even more so. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. You got any other questions before I tell this final story? Because I got a great story I think you're gonna absolutely love.
All right. No, go for it, man.
All right, here we go. So I still interact with a lot of Army people over here because I'm prior military, and so I had this dude over. He's a friend of mine, and we're talking, and he's a big wrestling fan, big wrestling fan. And we're sitting there, we're having like a 35-minute, really deep conversation about wrestling. I mean, like, we got way deeper than you probably should get about wrestling.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, it was great. No, I love those. It's so much fun. Those are so much fun to have. So I'm standing there, and I ate a lot of onions that day. I had a lot of onions and a lot of a lot of things that don't do good things to your stomach. Because I'm not eating meat, so I'm eating a lot of vegetarian things that are just kind of really making my guts do horrible things to everyone around me. So we're standing there talking, and I lock eyes with this man as we're talking about wrestling. And unblinking, I let out a 24-second intimate fart. I mean, this thing stretched for 25 seconds. And the creepy thing about it is we kept eye contact the entire time. I feel like I knew this man on an intimate level after that because I have never done that in my life. If you want to take creep factor up to a whole new level, you lock eyes with a man while you're farting. It's fantastic. Oh my God. We couldn't even laugh about it. What's that?
Holy shit, literally.
It was crazy. I remember that scene. Have you seen Step Brothers?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
You know that scene where he farts and he's unblinking as he's just staring at the guy? At Seth Rogen?
The ketchup scene?
Yes. That was like this, but in real life, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It's one of the most amazing things I've ever been a part of. I've been alive 31 years. This is something I can't remember a lot. I barely remember the first time I got laid, but I'll tell you this. I will remember this moment for the rest of my life because it was amazing.
Damn.
It was amazing, Tony. You want to take things to a new awkward level with your friends? Do a 25-second fart while keeping eye contact with them.
And have your ass stretched.
I'll tell you, it's amazing. So you got anything else, Tony, before we get out of here?
No, man. All I can say is thank you so much, and I hope I get to be on here again soon.
Anytime, buddy. You got something to talk about? This is the place to come. And you make sure you let everybody know that. Share this thing around, and let people know Dave talks to the people.
No, this is it for now, unless I can think of some more stuff. And all I can say is I'm looking forward to Raw. And like I said before, thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, no, thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody, this was Tony. This is Dead on Dave Productions. We're out of here. Share, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.